everybody. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And click subscribe. See all my videos. Binge watch. I'm Kathy. I have bipolar schizoaffective disorder, agoraphobia, panic disorder, and generalized anxiety disorder. And I live with my fiance David, who also has mental illness. And so we just make videos about what it's like. And today I'm going to go over the difference between negative symptoms of schizophrenia and positive symptoms of schizophrenia. And I'm going to go over the ones that I most commonly deal with. I wrote them down because there's so many of them. I don't want to forget them. And, okay. So, let me see if I can get this to stay up. Nope, I can't. I'll just hold it. Okay, positive schizophrenia symptoms. Positive does not mean happy, it does not mean good, it does not mean, you know, yay. That's not the way it's used. Positive in this use means it's symptoms that have been added to a person's personality from schizophrenia. Some of the ones that I've dealt with is a lot of paranoia, a lot of hallucinations and delusions. Paranoia is when you kind of think somebody or anybody or everybody is out to get you, or somebody wants to hurt you, or something like that. Hi. This is my cat, Onyx. You've probably seen her before. She hates it when I do this. Yes, she does. She hates it when I do this. Mommy, put me down. Put me down, Mom. Yeah. Okay, go play. Go play. Good girl. Some of the common ones I have is, I live in an apartment, and we have these built-in sprinkler systems for if there's a fire. And at the end of each sprinkler is a little hole, of course, where the water comes out. Well, sometimes if I go into a psychotic episode or I start getting paranoid, I have numerous times formed the delusion, and a delusion is a perceived thought that isn't real. A perceived thought or belief that isn't real. And the delusion I've formed with those is that there's little cameras inside the holes on these sprinkler systems. And the cameras are like watching me and monitoring me, and I get that sometimes when I'm sick. Another one that I've gotten is I'll feel like my blood is polluted by the medication that I'm on, or if I haven't been eating right, or if I suddenly think somebody's trying to poison me. There have been times where I thought my medication was going to kill me. I don't know why a doctor would intentionally give me a medication that would kill me, but there were times where I believed that my medication was slowly killing me and by polluting my blood. Or if it got really bad, I felt like there were worms like crawling around inside my blood vessels. It was the weirdest feeling. That was more of a tactile hallucination. Tactile hallucinations are sensory, not sensory. Feeling your skin. You could feel bugs crawling on you that aren't there, or you could feel really cold when it's actually really hot, or you could feel pins and needles being stuck into you. All those are tactile hallucinations. There's other types of hallucinations too. Next one. This is an odd one that I've gotten many times, and I'm not really sure why, but every once in a while I'll hear babies crying, and that would be an audio hallucination. And it would lead me to the delusion that there are babies trapped inside my walls. Because I can't find the babies when they're crying, I'll look for them and I can't find them. And I've somehow convinced myself that the babies are inside the walls. And there have actually been times back when I still lived in Illinois with my parents where I had come close to taking a sledgehammer to a wall to get the babies out. So there's that. A common one that I get, that a lot of schizophrenics get, is that they're being watched. I'm being watched. I'll think that there is FBI or Secret Service or CIA or just the police or any form of authority, which is odd because I don't have any problems with authority. My cat is playing with her toy, so that's the noise you hear in the background. Yeah, I'll get this feeling that I'm being watched and being monitored and being listened to. That my TV actually had a camera in it that was watching me as I was watching television. I had thought that they had tapped my phones. Even though I'm on cell phones, I somehow decided that they found a way to tap my cell phone and was listening to my conversations and reading all my texts. And, or bugging the apartment, thinking that there were hidden microphones in the apartment. I've gotten all of those. Excuse me. And that, not sure where it comes from. Once again, it's just part of the disease. It's part of schizophrenia. Another one is, along with the being watched, I've had but I've had delusions that there are satellites in space taking pictures of me and sending them to the president or Secret Service or the police or whatever. Even though I don't break the law, I'm not a bad person. I don't do drugs. I don't beat people up. I don't steal anything. I don't break any laws, and I don't even speed because I don't drive. So I don't know. I have no idea why these people want to look at me. Sometimes I'll feel like there's somebody behind me, not because I heard or saw them. It was just a weird, internal feeling, like there was a voice in my head saying somebody is standing behind you, and I would, try to find the people standing behind me, and then I'll look, and there was nobody there, and I'll be like, oh, okay, whatever. Once again, people trying to poison me. There was even an instance that landed me in the hospital where I was living with my mom and dad, and I had convinced myself, the voices convinced me, that my parents were poisoning my food, and so they were trying to kill me, and, excuse me again, hold on a second, I'm going to take a drink. It's really dry because it's winter, and it's really, really dry. We've got currently about 18 inches of snow outside that needs to melt, but the air is so dry. Welcome to the Midwest. In the polar vortex. Ooh, that just sounds like a really bad sci-fi movie. Anyway, let's get back on track, Kathy, right? I have had voices and visual hallucinations that have named themselves in the past. There was a visual and audio hallucination named Onyx. Don't step up there. Did you hear her argue with me? She does it all the time. She argues with me. Anyway, he named himself 17. Why a number? I don't know. I've also had Rachel. I've had Yellow Hat, which, once again, I don't know. I've had Kitten. And just weird things like that. Very rarely is it an actual name. Oh my god, my cat just opened the cabinet to the Xbox system. She's obsessed with getting in there, and I'm not sure why. Okay, back on track, back on track. I gotta lock my cat in another room next time I do a video, just so I don't fucking stop getting distracted. Onyx, what are you doing? Get out of there. Alright, don't get out of there, I don't care. 17, Rachel, Yellow Hat, Kitten, names that, I mean, I know Rachel's a real name, but most of the names never made any sense. I've also had problems with what's called thought projection, and basically what that is when a schizophrenic person is thinking, and they think other people can hear their thoughts and are listening to their thoughts, even though they're not talking them out loud, and they're not saying anything, they're just thinking. And it can be any kind of thought. It can be, I have to go to the bathroom, or it could be, I could suddenly give out some weird secret that I had, which I don't have any secrets. But I would get this feeling that people were trying to get stuff to blackmail me by listening to my thoughts. And It's like, what? Okay, anyway. That didn't make any sense. On the flip side, there are negative symptoms of schizophrenia, which is the opposite of positive. Positive is things that schizophrenia adds to a person's personality, and negative is things that that schizophrenia takes away from people's personality. The most common thing is called blunt affect or flat affect, and what that is basically we just don't have any emotion. We talk like this. Sometimes there's long pauses. It's pretty monotone and calm. No real emotion shown at all. And we don't really talk about opinions. Sometimes we just talk to answer whatever question. Anyway, it's like that. We lose emotion completely. Well, some of us lose it completely, some of us lose some of it. I tend to lose it completely when I go into a negative episode. And I'll lose any desire to do anything too. Like anything from something fun to like my artwork or watching TV. And that's also when my self-care tends to go down the tubes. Like hygiene, eating, taking care of myself in general, getting dressed, getting out of bed, all that stuff just goes out the window. And a lot of times that can be mistaken for depression, which is, well, it is part of bipolar schizoaffective disorder. But if you just talk to your doctor about just those symptoms and you don't tell her about anything else, they might diagnose you with depression at first before they find out the other details of like voices and hallucinations. That's why when you do see a therapist, it is important to be as honest as possible because they need to know everything. Well, maybe not everything, but they need to know enough to make a proper diagnosis. And if you're having hallucinations and you don't tell them, they can't make a proper diagnosis based on what you told them. So if you can find a therapist you trust and that you're comfortable with, so you can talk about that kind of stuff. Because if you're not comfortable with your therapist, it won't work. You won't get any help. Trust me, I've been there. I've had many therapists and stuff. I had a lot in Illinois, and then me and my mom moved to Iowa, and got a whole new medical team there. We're almost like comatose. We can get to the point where we're comatose because a lot of times we'll either just lay in bed. We won't sleep. We'll just lay in bed, almost like a living corpse. You're not doing anything. You're just breathing and laying in bed. Or if you're sitting up in a chair, you don't respond to your surroundings. And it can get to a point where, let's say, like, your startle effect that everybody has goes away too. Like, I could be sitting here having a negative episode and there could be like a shotgun bang or something like that. And most people, oh my God, what's that? And I wouldn't. I would just be like, oh. I wouldn't even acknowledge that it happened. I would just sit here and stare at the wall. And that's a negative symptom of schizophrenia. Very common is they won't speak at all until somebody speaks to them. And even then, their words, their answers, their responses are monosyllabic. You know, just yes, no, okay, yep, I'm fine. And that's it. They'll answer questions as bluntly and quickly as they can, and nothing else. You really have to drill them if you want to get details out of somebody going through a negative episode. And really, that's about it. I think I got their thinking also goes into like an apathetic episode. Apathetic. That's the word I've been looking for all night. Negative symptoms turn you very apathetic. And extremely apathetic. And even your thoughts go that way. You stop thinking. You'll think about like your basic needs, like I'm hungry, I have to go to the bathroom, I'm tired, That's it, though. You won't think, oh, I'm happy about this, or I'm anxious about that, or this happened, or that happened, or we're going to go here and we're going to do that. You don't think about that kind of stuff. You just think, I'm hungry, I got to go to the bathroom, I'm tired. Basically, that's about it. So, okay, so I've rambled for 15 minutes, and I'm going to wrap this up. So if you have any more questions about negative or positive symptoms, leave them in the comments below, and I will try to answer them. If I don't know the answer, I will find the answer. I'll either talk to my doctor, or I will research it. I got plenty of books on psychology, because before I got sick, ironically, when I was in college, before the schizophrenia developed, I was a psychology major. Who knew? So, okay, so that's about it, and we will see you guys next time. Have a good weekend. Bye.